Welcome, my name is Like It's 1985. This is my review of the Fansproject CA-06 Blockade figure. Now Blockade here is a direct homage in terms of the color, in terms of the robot mode, and in terms of the insect mode. It's an homage to the Generation 1 Chop Chop figure. And here is Chop Chop in this particular photo here. Insect mode here, and robot mode. You can definitely see the similarities there. Color, sculpt, and robot and insect modes. So there's that. So taking a look at taking a look at Blockade here. Blockade is very nice, and as I stated before, a very nice homage to the G1 Chop Chop figure. And on its own, it's really nice as well. You can see the back here. Very, very nice design. A couple things I should mention. It is supposed to have this armor on the forearms, and the armor actually goes on and clips in there. However, I went ahead and left that off because this clips in very, very tightly, and it's very hard to get off. But these are supposed to sit on the side of the forearms, and you're actually supposed to remove them for the transformation into the insect form. But just for the sake of the review, I decided to leave them off, but they are supposed to be on the forearms. As you can see, it comes weaponed with this particular gun here. And the other thing I should mention is the pieces back here are just simply tabbed in. They don't stay that well. They tend to fall off pretty easily. The other thing is there's these gray bits here that actually peg in via a slot and a tab right here, and so what that does is it basically hinders the articulation at the shoulders. You can actually unpeg that. You can see how it just tabs in there, and I'll go ahead and untab it here as well. So you kind of free up the articulation if you just kind of untab that a little bit. Articulation wise, well, you've got the head on a ball joint, it appears. You do have articulation at the shoulders, and you can see there that it just fell off. I'll go ahead and take this off as well. These actually become the sort of like the pinchers in the insect form. Articulation, again, going to the shoulders on a ball joint, and you have this weird motion here, but that's part of the transformation. Swivel at the bicep, a bend at the elbow on a ball joint. There is movement at the wrist. The actual wrist is a peg, but it's really, really stiff, so it's hard to move, but you can get the hand to swivel on that peg. You can see you have articulation here at the waist, and you have articulation here at the hips. Of course, they're on ball joints. Swivel at the thigh, and a bend at the knee there. And that's the reason that's such an extreme degree is because it's part of the transformation into insect form. So there he is. So I took these two parts off. They're going to become used in the insect mode, as are these bits here, which go on the forearms. So let's take a look at the transformation here. Let's see, first thing, what you can do is you can take this piece here, it's on a ball joint, just swivel this around and cover up the head. It does have a tab and a slot there. It doesn't stay all that securely, but it does sort of tab in there. At least that's the way it's designed. Take these, just get them out of the way. You can see they articulate, and each of these ends of these feet here have articulation. They're on a ball joint here, 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 as well as on the leg here. Go ahead and rotate the waist 180, and let's deal with the feet. The feet are a bit difficult. The feet, you can see there's actually a slot right there. It's going to slot into this tab. And it's a bit tricky to get the actual feet out. They're on a ball joint, so at this point what you want to do is you want to rotate this around, and here's where the difficult part comes in. It actually is designed to roll around. There's a joint there on the bottom, and if you don't do it the right way, it will actually pop off. But you can see there that tab goes in the slot there. Get that leg out of the way so that I can tab into place, and it should be looking like that. And do the same thing over here. Let me go ahead and get that leg out of the way. Bring the foot out And we want to rotate this around. And tab that into place. Now for the shoulders, this is where the interesting part comes in as far as the design. You can see it's on the hinge right there, but then there's this that comes out like that, and you want to swing it all the way over there and rotate this piece here such that you have this part facing up like this little ridge there, and rotate the arm around like that, actually like that. And you want to be sure to take off these forearm armors, because you will not be able to transform the legs properly. Do the same thing on the other arm or shoulder. Take it out and get it so that you have this ridge facing upwards. And what's going to happen here is the legs are going to go through here and out the back. So the legs will fold up like this, and they should go into here, and they're going to come out the back. The hands do stick out a bit in the insect form, so that's unfortunate. There is a tab and a corresponding slot. You want to make sure you line those up and get the legs properly and securely connected to the torso. There we go. Looks like this came loose on the side, which it sometimes does. And then now, when you have it like this, you want to go ahead and start arranging the legs for the insect form. And I've seen Pia's review. I guess you're supposed to be able to store the weapon here because there's a slot there and some tabs there, but I've never really tried it out and never really had a desire to. But supposedly that's supposed to be able to have the weapon in between that section there. So. And you should probably tab back into the slot there. Tab in the slot. Okay, so for the front of the insect form here, you'll notice there are actually some clipping points here, sorry about that, and here. And that is where these forearm armors go, and they actually clip in. You want to make sure you have the white stripe facing upwards, and they should clip on to that clipping point. Like that. Alright, so finally you want to tab these on, and there's actually a little peg there. I believe you peg it into top like that. These will become obviously the pinchers for the insect form. Okay, these should have been spread farther apart, but as you can see, there is the figure in insect form. And you can see there's visible hand syndrome here at the back. And again, the articulation points are at the ball joints at the point where the leg meets the body. There is no articulation, like for example here, and I'm actually glad, because over time that would become loose and make this thing even more difficult to pose. You know, because if you have more joints, they tend to become, or have the tendency to become more loose over time, and there could be issues with that. Dang. This keeps coming out. So there you go. This is the Fansproject CA-06 Blockade. Pretty cool figure. I like it, again, because of the fact that it is a very nice direct homage to the Generation 1 Chop Chop figure. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.